Could it be that an unimaginable treasure is still hidden somewhere in the world, waiting to be discovered? This isn't the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster, but a question that has echoed through the corridors of history for centuries. The treasure in question is said to belong to the Knights Templar, a medieval Christian military order, shrouded in mystery and legend. The Templars were much more than just knights. They were bankers, diplomats, and warriors, entrusted with immense wealth and power. Yet, their sudden disappearance in the early 14th century, and the enduring enigma of their hidden treasure, continues to captivate the imaginations of historians and treasure hunters alike. The treasure itself is a source of endless speculation. Some believe it to be a vast hoard of gold and precious gems accumulated from centuries of conquest and trade. Others suggest it could contain priceless relics, such as the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Still others believe that the true treasure of the Templars is not material wealth, but ancient knowledge and secrets, lost to time. As for its location, the theories are just as varied. Some point to the Holy Land, where the Templars were founded. Others suggest it could be hidden in their former strongholds across Europe, from Scotland to Spain. There are even those who believe that the treasure was transported to the New World, buried deep beneath the American soil. The sudden downfall of the Templars has only added to the intrigue. Accused of heresy and disbanded by the Pope, the order's members were arrested and their assets seized. But what became of their legendary treasure? Did it vanish along with them, or is it still out there, waiting to be found? Intriguing, isn't it? But to truly appreciate the mystery, it's not enough to just speculate about the treasure and its possible location. We need to delve deeper into the history of the Templars to understand who they were and what led to their sudden downfall. So, buckle up as we embark on this fascinating journey through time and mystery. To unravel this mystery, we must first understand who the Templars were and what led to their sudden downfall. In the shadows of the past, a powerful organization emerged, known as the Knights Templars. Born out of the chaos of the 11th century, the Templars were initially a small band of knights, devoted to protecting Christian pilgrims on their perilous journey to the Holy Land. Yet, they were far more than mere bodyguards. Their ranks swelled, drawing in nobles and warriors from across Europe. Their mission captivated the imagination of the age, and their bravery in battle became legendary. The Templars expanded their influence, becoming key players in the politically charged arena of the Middle Ages. They fought in the Crusades, standing on the front lines of the most significant conflicts of the time. Their red cross on a white mantle became a symbol of hope for many and a sign of dread for their enemies. But the Templars' power wasn't just on the battlefield. They were a financial powerhouse, managing vast estates and pioneering an early form of banking. Pilgrims could deposit their wealth with the Templars in one country and withdraw it in another, protected by the Templars' extensive network. This financial acumen made them indispensable to kings and popes alike, further cementing their influence. Their architectural prowess was equally impressive. The Templars constructed castles, churches, and fortifications across Europe and the Holy Land, many of which still stand today. These structures were not only testament to their wealth but also served strategic purposes, providing the Templars with a network of strongholds. In addition to being warriors, the Templars were diplomats, negotiating treaties and fostering alliances. They walked the corridors of power, shaping the course of history from the shadows. Their influence was pervasive, their reach extensive. Yet for all their might and wealth, the Templars were shrouded in mystery, a mystery that endures to this day. The Templars were not just warriors, they were also bankers, diplomats, and master builders. Their story is one of power, intrigue, and legend, a story that continues to captivate us centuries later. The Templars' wealth and influence grew to such an extent that it sparked fear and envy among the most powerful. As the Order of the Knights Templar expanded their reach, their coffers brimmed not only with gold but also influence. Their wealth was not simply due to the spoils of war, far from it. The Templars were shrewd businessmen who revolutionized financial systems long before the concept of banking became widespread. They offered services such as loans and deposits, effectively functioning as a medieval bank. Land, farms, vineyards, and even entire villages were given to them as payment, which they managed efficiently, further multiplying their wealth. This financial acumen combined with their military prowess made them one of the wealthiest organizations of the Middle Ages. It's estimated that at their peak, the Templars owned around 9,000 estates across Europe and the Holy Land. That's an empire stretching from Ireland to Cyprus, from Scotland to Morocco. But as their wealth grew, so did the eyes watching them. Their vast resources and the secrecy with which they operated gave rise to suspicion and envy. Kings and nobles indebted to them feared their increasing power. The Templars were no longer seen as the pious knights of Christ, but as a threat to the very powers they had vowed to protect. The most striking example of this fear and envy was King Philip IV of France. Deeply in debt to the Templars, the king saw an opportunity to rid himself of his financial obligations and seize their wealth. He launched a devastating campaign against the order, accusing them of heresy and other unfathomable crimes. The Templars' riches, it seemed, had become a double-edged sword. Their wealth had allowed them to rise to unprecedented heights, but it had also sown the seeds of their downfall. The Templars, once the epitome of knightly virtue and power, were now on the precipice of a tragic fall. Their wealth was their strength, but it also marked the beginning of their end. On Friday the 13th of October, 1307, a day that would live in infamy, the Templars' world came crashing down. This wasn't a sudden catastrophe but a meticulously planned assault on the order by King Philip IV of France and Pope Clement V. The dawn of that fateful day saw the arrest of hundreds of Templars, including their Grand Master Jacques de Molay. The charges, you ask? They were as scandalous as they were shocking. Accusations of heresy, blasphemy, and other unspeakable crimes were leveled against the order. But these charges were far from random. They served a purpose, a sinister motive to justify the brutal crackdown and seize the immense wealth of the Templars. King Philip and Pope Clement didn't stop at arrests. The Templars were subjected to excruciating torture, a desperate attempt to extract confessions. The methods were brutal, designed to break the spirit and the body, and for many Templars, it did. Forced confessions were obtained, further fueling the fire of their supposed guilt. Then came the trials, a mockery of justice where the outcome was predetermined. Despite the lack of concrete evidence and the retraction of coerced confessions, the Templars were found guilty. The order was officially dissolved by the Pope in 1312, and many Templars met their end at the stake, including Jacques de Molay, who, legend says, cursed King Philip and Pope Clement from the flames. But what of the Templars' vast wealth and possessions? Well, much of it was absorbed by the crown and the church. However, rumors persist of hidden treasures that escaped the clutches of King Philip, sparking centuries-old legends and treasure hunts that continue to this day. In the blink of an eye, the Templars disappeared, but their legend lived on. Their downfall served as a chilling reminder of the fleeting nature of power and wealth. Yet, as we'll soon discover, the Templars' story didn't end with their dissolution. In fact, it was just the beginning of a legend shrouded in mystery, intrigue, and the allure of hidden treasure. But where did the Templars' immense wealth go? Could it be that it's still out there, hidden, waiting to be discovered? As the story goes, the Knights Templar, during their 2 centuries of power and influence, amassed a mind-boggling amount of wealth. When the order was suddenly disbanded, the question that haunted historians was, where did all that treasure go? Various theories have been proposed over the centuries, each more intriguing than the last. Some believe that the treasure was hidden somewhere in the Holy Land, the birthplace of the Templars. The theory suggests that the Templars, anticipating their downfall, buried their wealth in secret locations, known only to the highest-ranking members of the order. Another theory points us towards Scotland. When the Templars were persecuted throughout Europe, Scotland was engaged in a fierce war for independence, and was therefore a safe haven for the Templars. Could it be that they brought their immense wealth with them and hid it in the rugged Scottish Highlands? One of the most tantalizing theories, however, suggests that the Templars' treasure made it all the way to the New World. Yes, America. Some argue that the Templars had the maritime capabilities to cross the Atlantic long before Columbus did. They propose that the Templars, seeking a safe place to hide their treasure, sailed to the uncharted lands of North America. There's even a theory that links the Templars' treasure to the infamous Oak Island Money Pit, a site in Nova Scotia, Canada that has been associated with buried treasure stories since the late 18th century. Could the Templars have been the original architects of this mysterious pit? But despite all these theories, the treasure of the Knights Templar has never been found. Its location, its contents, and even its very existence remain shrouded in mystery. The location of the treasure remains a mystery, feeding our imagination for centuries. The legend of the Templars' hidden treasure continues to captivate us, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. Over the centuries, many theories have emerged, each more fascinating than the last. Let's delve deeper into some of these captivating conjectures about the Templars' hidden treasure. Firstly, we have the theory that the treasure was smuggled into Scotland and hidden away. Some enthusiasts argue that the Templars fled to Scotland after the order was disbanded and took their treasure with them. It's a tantalizing theory, isn't it? However, there's little concrete evidence to support this claim. Then there's the theory concerning the New World. Some believe that the Templars were among the earliest Europeans to set foot in America, long before Columbus, and they brought their treasure with them. This theory is supported by certain cryptic carvings and symbols found in North America, which bear a striking resemblance to Templar symbols. But again, it's mostly speculation with no solid proof. Another popular theory suggests that the treasure is hidden beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. This theory is rooted in the Templars' original purpose as protectors of Christian pilgrims in the Holy Land. Some speculate that the Templars discovered something beneath the Temple Mount during their time there, and that this is the true treasure. However, due to the site's religious and political significance, any form of excavation is strictly prohibited, leaving this theory in the realm of conjecture. There's also the Oak Island theory. This small island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, has been the subject of treasure hunts for over 200 years. Some believe that the Templars' treasure is hidden in the so-called Money Pit, a mysterious shaft on the island. Despite numerous attempts, the pit has never been fully excavated, and the treasure remains elusive. Lastly, there's the theory that the treasure is not physical wealth, but knowledge. Some propose that the Templars possessed secret knowledge, perhaps about the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. This theory suggests that the treasure is this hidden wisdom, rather than gold or jewels. These theories have greatly influenced pop culture and treasure hunting. They've inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows, and have driven many an adventurer to embark on quests in search of the Templars' hidden wealth. It's important to note, though, that while these theories are undoubtedly intriguing, they are, at the end of the day, just that: theories. None have been definitively proven, and the treasure, if it exists, remains hidden. It's a mystery that continues to captivate us, a tantalizing enigma that adds to the allure of the Templars. While these theories are fascinating, they remain just that: theories. The Templars' hidden treasure is one of history's greatest enigmas, an unsolved mystery that continues to fascinate us. It's a tale woven with threads of truth, myth, and conjecture, a tapestry of human ambition, greed, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. Our journey began with the rise of the Templars, from humble beginnings to becoming a formidable military and financial powerhouse. Their wealth was legendary, accumulated through donations, landholdings, and banking practices that were ahead of their time. Yet their downfall was swift and brutal, orchestrated by those envious of their power and threatened by their secrets. Then we delved into the heart of the mystery, the hidden treasure. A treasure that, according to legend, vanished into thin air when the Templars met their grim fate. Gold, precious stones, religious artifacts, or perhaps knowledge, the most priceless treasure of all. What the Templars hid remains a tantalizing question. We explored the myriad theories that have emerged over the centuries. Some suggest the treasure was smuggled to Scotland or perhaps to the New World, predating Columbus's voyage by several decades. Others propose it was hidden in plain sight, within the architecture and symbolism of Gothic cathedrals. And then there are those who believe the treasure never existed, that it's merely a figment of our collective imagination, fueled by our fascination with the mysterious and the unexplained. So, what is the truth? The reality is, we may never know. The Templars were masters of secrecy, their codes and symbols often impenetrable. The clues they left behind, intentional or not, have led many down a rabbit hole of speculation and conjecture. Whether the Templars' treasure will ever be found remains unknown. But one thing is certain: the legend of the Templars and their hidden treasure continues to captivate us, fueling our imagination and our desire for discovery. It's a reminder that history is not just about facts and dates, but also about the mysteries that remain unsolved, the stories yet to be told.